Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where Jolly Glisterspark and her terrible crew have murked Merkel. Well, his avatar at the very least. We've looted Ketheric Thorn, we haven't looted this intellect of Aaron. Ooh, we'll take that. It's nice to just have a brain in your bag. We haven't looted Isabel either. Ooh, she's got some stuff. I was about to wander off without grabbing everything from her. Our inventory's pretty full, but what's she got? Whenever the wearer becomes blinded, paralysed or poisoned, they automatically cast Letter Restoration on themselves. That's really cool. The Moon Devotion Robe. While the wearer has mage armour, each successful saving throw causes the source of the saving throw to take damage. And we've got Lunar Bulwark, which is some sort of mage armor-esque spell by the look of it. But I'm not sure. It might be separate. Either way, Minty can hold on to that. Spear +1. That's just fine, I guess. And a Mind Flayer parasite specimen. So she had been tadpoled come the end. We probably did her a favour, really, by murking her. Now, Minty, would you like to eat more tadpoles? Yeah, you would.
Keep it together.
Is there going to be anything else worth grabbing from around here? Probably not, but we'll get a few more brains. We also met with our Dream Guardian once again. And they revealed some revelations. Something about a big brain. I wasn't paying that much attention because I was too busy thinking about how cool murder is. But yeah, certainly is something that happened. Severed heads. Nope, no time for fun. Let's go.
We should not linger here. The cult's army is on the march.
Well, if we shouldn't linger here, why are you just sat on that throne, Minty?
I will never tire of sitting on dead men's thrones.
That's why we love you. None ever tire of killing their previous occupants. We make a good team.
My blood ran hot when we broke Ketheric's bones together. But we have greater challenges ahead of us. It is clear now that he was not working alone. During my time in the cult, I came to know one of his co-conspirators all too well. Baal's bloodletter. Orin. To think, I thought her to be speaking for the Absolute. I worshipped that woman.
So it's personal. Good. Let's take her down.
You make it sound so simple. She is the chosen of Baal, Lord of Murder, and one of the cult's founders. Indeed, she is the one who indoctrinated me with the Absolute's lies.
What do you remember of your indoctrination?
When I first visited Moonrise, I stood before the Absolute in awe. It was more of an idea than an entity. Pure love. Total power. Orin was by my side. She told me that God had chosen me to be a true soul. Blessed and adored. Now I know that those memories are lies. There was no God. Orin held me down in a cocoon of flesh, while a Mind Flayer forced a parasite into my brain. And she laughed at my fear. I will find her. I will murder her. And I will smile.
Yes. Once she's dead, the cult will need new leadership. Perhaps we can take her place.
It is as if you read my mind.
Perhaps you did.
In killing Ketheric, we fractured the cult's leadership. When we break the other Chosen and claim their Netherstones, we can take control.
I'm with you.
I expected you would be, but know this. What I propose is nigh on impossible, but if anyone can succeed, it is us. We have the prism, and we have the courage to slay gods. We may fail, but we must try. The power of the enslaved Elder Brain could reshape the world. We could reshape the world. And then we will need no gods. We will be their equal. We will be absolute. We have a purpose and a bond. By my oath, I will fight with you while that purpose holds. There is yet one thing about you that troubles me, though. Something I need you to explain.
Go on.
When we killed the tieflings at the Grove, I was not in control of my actions. You do not have that excuse. So I ask you, why? Why kill them?
I enjoy killing.
Me too. But I am keen to find joy in the consequences of the killing, as well as in the act itself. Perhaps in time I can help direct your violence. Until then, I will watch my back. Now, I am ready to leave this damned place whenever you give the word. The city awaits.
Hurrah. The city doesn't know what's about to hit it. What's up, Bone Friend?
Selûne's light extinguished, thy hunger quenched. The scales tip, weighted by blood thou spilt.
Is that a good
Thou
thing?
hast seen with thine own eyes, and felt in thine urges. The dead three unite. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do Illithids possess souls?
I don't think so. Surely they're soulless.
Correct. Yet, the three amass an Illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, O tempted one? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services.
Thanks, bud. You know of these urges. What can you tell me?
Nothing thou dost not already know.
Well, that's helpful. Thanks, Withers. We're pretty much good to go.
I'm so tired. How do people do this all day?
We should probably have a nap, because we are quite wounded. Let's see, did we already rob Lantarv? Yeah. Is he empty? Completely empty. We cleaned him out. I guess, yeah, Roa disappeared at some point before the fight occurred. That's cool. Now, Minty would like a chat.
As you approach Minthara, you feel her mind reaching out to yours, tentative and curious. Then it retreats, soft as a whisper.
Sorry. Old habits.
I felt you peering into my mind. What were you hoping to find?
A feeling. When we first met, before Moonrise, I intruded on your thoughts without hesitation and took what I needed from your memories. I would not do that again, unless I had reason to think you were hiding something from me. And I do not. I did not think we would ever share anything more than an uneasy alliance, born of our mutual enmity for the Absolute. I was wrong. A deeper bond has grown between us. I trust you. But I would like to touch your thoughts again, now that my mind is my own. May I?
Yeah, I'd like to see your thoughts as well.
Of course. I do not hide anything from you. Until my time in the cult of the Absolute, I had spent little time on the surface, except to raid and pillage. I did not expect to find any outside the Underdark who saw the world as I do, and wanted from the world what I want. I did not expect you.
You're rather special yourself.
I have been told that I am special since my mother first held me in her arms. The burden of expectation. Before the Absolute, I lived a life of certainties. I knew that I was destined for greatness because I was born to it. I also knew that my inherited privilege came with a cost. That the bonds of fellowship and family could be broken by envy and ambition. I could not enjoy the taste of food for fear of poisoning, and I could not enjoy the company of lovers and friends because I feared they hid knives behind their smiles. In spite of the danger, I was happy. I knew myself, and I understood the world around me. Now, nothing is certain. Without Lolth, without the Absolute, without my home, I do not know myself. But you do, I think. Show me myself through your eyes. Let me see what I am to you.
Yeah, come on in.
She joins her thoughts with yours, and you are as one. You share in her strength of mind and formidable will, but also the doubts that eat at her conviction. Those doubts cluster in swarms, and the thickest is around her sense of self. She pushes past, revealing the image of her you hold in your mind. What does she see?
I mean, obviously I love her.
The cold shell of Minthara's mind melts away, and you are drawn into the heart of her. Warm, passionate, and dangerous.
I have never lacked confidence, but this conflict seems so much bigger than the two of us. It frightens me. I do not know if we will survive it. But whatever life remains to us, I would gladly spend it fighting at your side and lying with you at night.
There's nothing I want more.
Her mind touches yours, feather light and hesitant. A stark contrast to the confidence with which her thoughts intruded on yours in the past.
Tonight, there will be no voices, no orders, no gods. I belong only to you.
That sounds outstanding. Straight to bed. Now, Shadowheart. What must you have to say?
Notice anything new? This hairstyle is closer to Lady Shah's own image. I did it to honor her. What do you think?
I love it.
Good. I did this for Lady Shah. For myself. But I had hoped you'd like it as well.
You look dangerous. We love it. And now, time to venture back out into the world?
So, how does Lolth feel about romance? Are you expected to bite your mate's head off afterwards?
Be grateful I no longer follow the Spider Queen's teachings. If I did, you would be the first to fall into my web.
I can't tell if you're joking. She is joking, right?
Maybe. But maybe not. Now, what do we need to do in the mornings? Not a lot, except drink a potion of Big Strong. We need a vendor. But everyone in the Shadowlands is dead. So we're going to have to venture out into the wider world and see if we can't find one somewhere.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
I already have allies.
You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Will there be anyone left when we arrive in the city?
Even if the buildings are demolished, there are always survivors. There are always those who will fight. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
All? You want us to put an end to everyone?
To keep going. The road to Baldur's Gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive before the Absolute's forces.
We might be able to manage that.
Ketherick may be gone, but the shadows remain. On our guard.
Shadows do remain. This is true. Up the road we go. We've not been this way yet, so there could be any number of surprises up here. Like, suddenly Gith, perhaps.
Any doubts about falling for a foe, Minthara? Or does that just add spice to things?
I do not fall for my foes. I vanquish them. I cannot love who I do not trust, with either my heart or my body. I am fortunate to have found someone worthy.
Oh.
The road to Baldur's Gate is up ahead. No turning back once we start down that road.
Yep, I know. But there's no point being here now because we've run out of people to the Merc. We're going to get an auto-save before we get ambushed? Maybe
That
not.
noise. It's coming from the Gith Knight's trinket.
But we know that there's an ambush coming. Maybe Astarion can go around this way. And... oh no. He's walked into the Shadow Curse. Okay. Come back, friend. There we go. Maybe Shadowheart can come around this way, slightly. Maybe we can push forward a bit. Minty should also push forward, stay in our thing. Maybe we can push forward a bit more. There we go.
Where Wargas failed to kill you, I won't make the same mistake.
You will make the same mistake. Right, we are going to murk you thoroughly. Now, can we jump up here? We can jump up to here. Yeah, we get Shadow Cursed. But then maybe we get back into the light? Are we in the light? Yeah, it looks like it. Blam. Get wrecked. Now. It's Jolly's turn, and she is surrounded by foes. So you've parried that one. But you haven't parried that one. And a flick of the wrist. Blam. Yeah, you're not in good shape anymore. All is well. Minty, what do you want to do? I think we get a free rest soon, don't we? So it couldn't hurt to throw out some big boy spells.
I am your end.
Tremor.
And then Shadowheart. What are we up to? We're an archer. So we should probably arch things. Pisk. God, if we left it on 3 HP. Bloody hell. Should we put Sharpshooter back on? I think we had a really good chance to hit there in general. Ignore the fact that one of the attacks missed. Heck with it. Let's Action Surge. Yeah, still has a 70% chance. Nice. Now what are you two going to do? Fall on your butt again, maybe? Nope, Misty Step. I don't think we need to counterspell a Misty Step. You can try and ping us from over there, yeah. That's actually decent damage.
This is not how I die.
That's actually how you die, Minty.
I will take the artifact for my queen.
Form of Dread. Eldritch Blast. That doesn't need to be carried spell. Now, should I have put... Yeah, I should have put Mage Armor on Minty and Big Spoon. Well, let's do a whole bunch of damage to that bugger. So, you need to die horribly for hurting my girl. So we'll do as much damage to you as we can. Now your weapon's on the ground. This is good. What are we going to do? We are going to... 45% now. It's not amazing. Maybe throw a potion. Whee. Yeah. And then maybe we blind this bugger. Curses. Maybe I should have taken off Sharpshooter again. Oh well. Now, all we can really do is bonus actions, but we've got Quickened Spell, 3 sorcery points per spell. So that would allow us to cast pretty much anything we like. How much health you got? 29. What if we hit you with like a very high level magic missile? Yeah, I thought Call the Weak might proc and get the job done. Pisk. Look, stop shooting Minty. They're going to shoot Minty again, aren't they? Yeah. All of this is just happening because I forgot to cast Mage Armor on her before the fight. I don't need to waste potions on it. Could easily win this fight with the 3 people who are standing. Which doesn't need the XP, but nonetheless. We want to keep her on her feet. She's our friend. This Chukrai is not our friend. And needs to be pummeled. Now, what are we going to do from down here? Sneak attack? Pisk. Don't have a second attack because we used our bow, but we can viciously mock. Yeah, that was a good one. And then once again Minty is down to bonus actions, but how much health you got? Not a lot. We could probably just use a Ray of Frost and get the job done. Let's see, 6 to 15 on a magic missile though. With Call the Weak, yeah, that should be good. Now we could fly, but I don't think we need to because this one is probably going to go for a Starring again. And fail. What an idiot.
Gith hunters. That must be why that device sounded out.
Yep. So, what sort of carrying capacity has Old Astarion got? He's not got a lot of spare space. No one has. So we're probably not picking up those Gith longswords. But we'll see if the Chukrai has anything of merit. Cast Mage Hand as a bonus action. And Telekinesis. That sounds fun. We'll definitely take it. And Psionic Ward armor. We don't have any Gith on the team that might need that. It weighs 12. Why can we send it to Lae'zel? She's not in the party right now. Have we always been able to send things to party members that aren't currently in the party?
The shadow curse still taints the land. Perhaps we could have lifted it had we tried.
But we didn't try. Because we don't care.
Ketheric is defeated, the path ahead clear. You should be elated. But the sight of the land you leave behind does nothing to alleviate your sorrow.
We're not that sad.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wyrm's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth.
I
Get
don't.
back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping and yes sir, no sir, rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the Prism Bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
My prodigal bloodkin is among them.
They live.
Barely. I made mince of their ugly mind matter. And if they dare return, I will strip out their offal.
Interesting.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
We're going to crack it open like an oyster. And then eat it alive. Now, Astarion would like a chat.
Did we really have to kill the Moon Maiden's servant?
Well, no. I mean, it was for fun. Wasn't she insufferable, though?
I won't weep for her, but we could have used her as leverage instead. Sometimes we need to think with our heads before our knives, dear.
I don't understand. Maybe it'll make more sense in the morning. I don't think we've got much else we need to do before we hit the sack.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the Chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. And what then? You are prone to impulses as uncontrollable as the gods themselves. Will you even have a say in what you do? Will you liberate the true souls from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
Probably that one. I feel like, and this is just a guess, I will reap a savage fate on this world, unlike any that has ever been seen.
Your blood swims hot at the very prospect. You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Hear me. Gather. The reckoning is upon us. The city thirsts for domination. March. Join.
Cripes. There's no need to do a flying kick when you came out of that portal.
Attack! Help me, or we lose everything.
You only did a flying kick because you wanted to look cool. Now, Astarion, do you need to drink another? Yeah, you do. We need to get one of the crew through the portal, I believe. So, let's cunning dash, perhaps. Although now we can't jump, can we? Because we've used both our bonuses. Okay. That was foolish then. I guess we could beat this one up a bit. We'll get there in another turn. You lot, you don't really need to worry about anything. So you may as well just shoot this one who's kind of hanging around. Okay, that's good damage.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Yep, that's the plan. Now. Yeah, get stabbed. Get boomed. You are unarmed, so we can't do that, but we can try and blind you. Excellent. That's you out of the way. You've got no loot. Now, what do we want to do with old Minty? If we cast a spell with her, then she could fly, and that might help. Ah, dang, we didn't get close enough to call the weak, unfortunately. But yeah, let's fly. Oops. I thought I had to click on it and then it would grant flight, and then I could just fly for the rest of my turn. That turned out to be incorrect. Now, Astarion is just getting bullied. To the point where he's actually straight up dead. What a bugger. I wasn't expecting that.
Come quickly.
I can't do this without you.
We're coming. Minus the Starion, because he's dead. Oops, wrong one. Thunderwave. And then flight. Whee! And then can we get to the portal? We can. All three of us.
That thing's not going to hold together much longer.
We've probably got this. Can you get those cool full body tattoos if you make a Githyanki Tav? I don't know. I've never made a Githyanki Tav, because why would you when Lae'zel's right there? Also, why is this shield made up of such pretty colours? What's that all about?
I'm here.
Where's our Astarion?
I'm under attack.
Oh, he's there in a heap.
Take you on.
Get up, you bugger.
That nearly ended me.
It did end you. Drink some potions. Have another elixir as well. Good. That's you back on your feet. Minty, do you want to use a mage armor? Kind of forgot about that earlier. Also, why aren't you...
Hurry. I
Why
can't hold
aren't
them
we
back
at the
alone.
top? There we go. We're at top now.
Still in control. Just
Amicus animae.
Yeah, we might need to speak with animals in here, so we best cast that first.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Alright, we're fucking coming. Jesus Christ.
Friend of Gake. You will last.
Friend of Gake? We don't care for Gake. Now, what if we Eldritch Blast you? Can we push you off? 42%. We could provoke an opportunity attack. Excellent. 65%. Yes, that worked perfectly. Good job. Now let's chat shit. Yeah. You limpet fucker. Astarion, you've got back your strength. Would you care to do the biggest bounce? Whee! Look at him go. Kaplow. Maybe a bite? That make you happy? Yeah, it will. Outstanding.
on your command.
Now, Minty, do you want to just do that? Okay. Guess you can also hop across, because might be required at some point. Oh. 96% with advantage. That sounds to me like a time to put Sharpshooter on.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
I wonder, can I put Sharpshooter just on my general
I
hotbar?
need you now.
Alright, I'm coming. I just want to see. What's passives? So how does one drag something that's not currently on their hotbar to their hotbar? Maybe I'll look that up at some point.
Come to
Because
the skull.
it's just kind of annoying having to go into the passives menu every time I want to toggle it on or off. Look at all this brain juice I'm picking up. Gonna drink that later. Oh yeah. Don't think there's anything worthwhile up there really. Probably not. So I guess we can push on a bit. Come on, friends. If we're a bit quicker, maybe we can join the
It's
fight
not
before
over.
all the intellect
Come to the
devourers
skull.
die. No, who's this fella? Why is a mind flayer got nothing better to do than throw rocks at things? Where are your psychic powers? Fucking idiot.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger. The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
So, you've been manipulating me the whole time then? Very well. Let's not say that though. Let's say, what do you need me to do, friend?
The Honor God. Eliminate them. My force is awakened by their assault. But with your help, we can turn this around. Destroy the Guard. I will subdue their master.
I'll do it.
Together, we can turn the tide.
Sure thing, friend. Now, we haven't got great initiative rolls, it seems. But if you want to punch the Intellect Devourers, that's okay. I feel like most of our crew's not even in the fight yet, because they're all still up here. Whee! Now, Shadowheart, can you get close enough to actually do anything? No. So I guess we're just going to run. Where to, though? Well, just as far as we can, really. It's our only option. Now, these buggers basically have a free turn because most of our crew's nowhere near. But if they're going to spend it on killing Intellect Devourers, I guess that balances out. Can we knock you off your little perch? Not if we miss, no. You will not strike us today. Now, how far can you jump, Astarion? It's quite far. But you're also still quite a way out of the fight. What if you cunningly dash? How close will that get you to the action? Quite close. But not enough for melee attacks. So I guess we're using the bow. For decent damage. It's not bad given how far away from the fight you were. Minty can't quite jump as far. And she can't
an advantage.
run as far. So even with her magic at her disposal, she's doing nothing this turn except dashing.
Destroy the Honor Guard.
That's the plan. Oh, we dominated one. Good.
For my prince's honor!
Now, are you guys gonna attack each other? That would be fun. Okay, that shield did not a lot.
For Orpheus! Attacker!
And you are no longer charmed. Okay. Very well. Now, you've got high defense. This means sharpshooter comes off once again. Blinded. And sneak attack. Even with you blinded, it's still only an 84%. But we'll take as much advantage of it as we can by getting in an action surge and some extra shots. Now, what are you going to do? Big bounce. Don't go for Minty. She's held. But you're concentrating on that now, so if we can ruin your day, that would be great. We can definitely stab this one up quite a bit. But again, you're unarmed, so can't do a weapon attack, no. We can blind the other one. That's good. Yeah, good job, Nobber. So Astarion, I would like you to go over there and smack that one up. But how dead's this one? Quite dead. Very dead. And concentration's broken. That's what we wanted. That's what we like. So who's left? 3 of them. All quite spread out. So what ice spells might we want to use on this lot? Ice Knife? Cool, at least we put Radiating Orb on. Even if we didn't do all the damage in the world. Now, try something other than dominating them, please. Good. That's actually a worthwhile thing. So this one is looking pretty beaten up. They've not got the most health in the world. So they're probably one that we want to take down. So that's why we've done no damage. Excellent, they fell on their ass. You love to see it. Now, can we blind this boy again? Yes. Good job. And then this one can be smacked up. Good. And then we bounce. And then this one's going down. That just leaves one.
Your command.
What I'd like you to do, Minty, is just yeah. Crit that one. We kind of made the Emperor fall over, which is funny. But the main thing is we did good damage to that bugger.
I must regain control of the Githyanki prince.
Well, get off your ass then. Wonderful.
Thank you. That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
Of all the things to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer.
I prefer the other version of you.
You grew attached to a mere disguise, but you judge without even knowing me. I was someone once. Someone just like you.
You were just like me.
An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. I served the Elder Brain. The one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them. Rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
And how did you end up in here?
Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the Astral Prism. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other Chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found the Githyanki. I realized what the prism was for. Containment. While my body was within the prism's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue the Githyanki, and find allies in the outer world. You.
Well, Shadowheart really, because she's the one who found the prism. But you can tell me what this battle was about?
We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus' mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus' mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my honor at Prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
We just like killing things. Could we kill Orpheus and seize his power?
There may come a time when that is necessary. But there is no guarantee that his power would survive his passing. The risk is too great. The moment his protection is gone, you would become enthralled to the Elder Brain, just as I would. We may look different, but to the Elder Brain we are already the same. Thralls in its design.
I'm no Illithid, and I never will be.
You are already more Illithid than you realize. It has improved you. You seek to reverse an inevitable process. A process of evolution. When I first escaped from the Elder Brain, I too railed against the change. But the longer I have inhabited this form, the more it has grown on me. Even if my original body remained intact after I transformed, I would not return to it. Doing so would only impose limitations. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change.
I don't really want to, though. I'm good looking. I don't want to change that. I'm trying to avoid becoming a Mind Flayer, in fact. I thought you agreed to protect me.
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
What would that entail?
You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss.
This doesn't sound appealing.
I understand. Let us hope then that your present self will be sufficient to deal with 3 gods of death and a giant magically enhanced Elder Brain.
Of course it will.
But in case you change your mind...
We've got a sword.
Look after it. Use it when you're ready to evolve. You or your allies. It has vitality enough for you all. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The Brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the Brain, and bring it under our control.
Very well. We've got the vanilla tadpole. I don't think there's anything else we really need to do in here. These guys don't have a whole lot of loot. Although, one of them might have something. Is it the prelate? Yeah, there we go. Boots. The wearer deals additional damage equal to their wisdom modifier with unarmed strikes. That's kind of cool. But not falling over on ice is even cooler. So let's just portal our way back to the surface. The surface? Yeah, I mean, we're going to be on land, aren't we? So, there we go. We are back. Worm's Lookout. And it might be time for another nap. Is Lae'zel around? One would assume so. She's part of our crew. I mean, this is her tent, isn't it? She doesn't seem to be around. That's fine. We'll catch up with her at some point, I'm sure. She's not disappeared from our crew completely, has she? Yeah, talk to Lae'zel about Orpheus. I think we'll get round to that next time. But until then, thanks for watching, friends.